Billy Graham, one of the most influential evangelists of the modern era, often spoke about the power of faith in overcoming fear. Fear is one of the greatest barriers to success, happiness, and spiritual fulfillment. It can paralyze the strongest of individuals, preventing them from achieving their potential. However, there is a secret to killing fear, and it lies in unwavering faith, courage, and trust in God. Fear thrives in uncertainty. It grows in the unknown, feeding on doubt and worry. It whispers lies that make people question their abilities and their worth, but fear is not from God. In 2 Timothy 1-7, the Bible reminds us that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. This means that fear is something we can overcome because it is not a natural part of the spirit God placed within us. Many people allow fear to control their lives, making decisions based on what they are afraid of rather than what they believe in. They hesitate to take risks, to step out in faith, or to embrace change because they fear failure, rejection, or the unknown. But Billy Graham often emphasized that faith and fear cannot coexist. When we put our trust in God, fear begins to fade. Faith is the antidote to fear because it shifts our focus from our weaknesses to God's strength. Think about the story of David and Goliath. A young shepherd boy, armed with nothing but a slingshot and faith, faced a giant that an entire army feared. David did not rely on his own strength, but on God's power. He did not see the size of Goliath as an obstacle, but as an opportunity for God to demonstrate His glory. This is the kind of faith that kills fear. When we place our trust in God completely, we begin to see challenges not as insurmountable, but as chances to grow and strengthen our faith. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward despite fear. Billy Graham often spoke about the importance of stepping out in faith, even when fear tries to hold us back. Life is full of uncertainties, but God has promised to walk with us through every trial. In Isaiah 41-10, He says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This promise should be enough to silence fear. When we believe that God is with us, fear loses its grip. One of the biggest fears people face is the fear of failure. The world often defines success in material terms: wealth, status, power, but true success comes from living according to God's purpose. Billy Graham preached that failure is not falling down, but refusing to get back up. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to trust in God's plan. Many of the most successful people in history failed multiple times before they achieved greatness. The difference between them and others was their refusal to let fear stop them. Fear also manifests in the form of worry. People worry about their future, their health, their finances, and their relationships. But worry is wasted energy. It does not solve problems, it only magnifies them. Jesus Himself told His followers not to worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Instead of letting fear of the future control us, we should place our trust in God's provision. He knows our needs before we even ask. Another powerful way to kill fear is through prayer. Prayer connects us to God, aligning our hearts with His will. It reminds us that we are not alone and that we serve a God who is greater than any fear we could ever face. Billy Graham believed in the transformative power of prayer and encouraged people to bring their fears before God. When we pray with faith, we invite God's peace into our hearts. Philippians 4-6-7 tells us not to be anxious about anything, but to present our requests to God. In return, He gives us peace that surpasses understanding. Surrounding ourselves with faith-filled people is also crucial in overcoming